Hi guys. I know I said I was gonna do this video like a while ago, but I honestly didn't have any motivation. And now that I realize that I'm getting really close to 1,000 subscribers and I need the watch hours to actually start making money on YouTube, yeah, I'm probably gonna be making more long form videos. So, you can put that on in the background or something, and that would definitely help me. Thank you. Yeah. So I'm gonna finally go over all the lore that I've shared on my channel so far, including one extra piece at the end. Alright, so most of my Puppet Dragon videos don't have anything to do with, like, the actual main lore of the series. Those were kind of just things I made for fun. But, Legna and, what was his name? Vortex? I forget his name. They are still a part of the lore, but I'll admit they don't play the biggest role. But I'll tell you what you've learned so far. When Legna/Angel was younger, she had a spear impaled through both of her eyes, and then she dropped dead in the water, then becoming an angel of sorts. The story has a sort of heaven and hell system, unlike most of my stories, in which they become ghosts and wander around until Reaper, the god of death, collects their soul. Why did I choose to make this story have a heaven and hell system? I don't know. Because I can. Also, this isn't very important information, but, Legna has a kill count of 0, and Vortex has a kill count of 20 confirmed, but there is believed to be a lot more. Take me through the night. This was supposed to be part of a Forbidden Love map or something for Warrior Cats, but if I do continue this story, it won't be Warrior Cats based, because I'm not doing any more stories based on different series, because I want to make money off those, and can't make money off the Forgotten Forest Prophecy and the Flower Infection already.
When I first met you, I thought you were weird and annoying. And you are.
So yeah, no lore here, just kind of the relationship. Frostbite did not like Nyx when they first met. So, yeah. So, the PMV Something So Unique is like 3 minutes long, and I don't feel like putting you through that torture of terrible art I did about a year ago. So, I'm just gonna I'm gonna give you a basic summary. So, Wildfire lived in the Scorpion Den. His mother was a Sandwing, not biologically, obviously. He was bullied in there for not being a Sandwing. I actually haven't decided if it was the Scorpion Den or just a random place. The Scorpion Den probably didn't exist millions of years after the events of the original Wings of Fire series, but anyways. And once his mother died trying to defend him, he went on to, like, travel alone, and along the way he met the other ones, Astral, Aurora Borealis, and Hornet. There had been a couple times where they had raided the Windwing Palace in an attempt to stop her. They all hated her for different reasons. And Wildfire would protest and helped gain a lot of allies. So, yeah, and then Hornet got bit by a half-infected. I haven't decided whether or not I'm gonna keep this, canon or not, because I'm not sure exactly how it would fit into the lore. I mean, it does, but I don't know. And then Wildfire realizes he has to do something about this, and even if it costs his soul. So he does, and he vanquishes the flower infection for good. Well, till someone is stupid enough to start it again, but anyways, yeah. That's the basic plot of that one. Gives a lot of lore. Also, before this, I forgot to cover the Me and the Devil PMV, but basically in that one, it's just Skyline and Fortune Teller fighting, And then Fortune Teller's claw swipes downward, and it looks like she hurt someone, that not being Skyline. But given the tears in Skyline's eyes, it was definitely somebody she cared about. So figure that out if you want to.
Do you blame yourself?
What?
Well, it's quite common in this situation for a patient to feel a kind of guilt.
What situation?
The accident.
So it is heavily implied here that Amber did murder someone and feels great guilt for that. And is scared that her friends will, like, hate her for that, even though she was trying to protect them. So, somebody died at the end of this. Wow. I wonder which one it was. The highly trained assassin, or the queen who's barely had any combat training in her life? Truly is a tough decision. I don't really do much in this PMV. All you really need to know is who all the villains are. Saber, Fortune Teller, Hornet, Vengeance, that one name, Fury, Black Rose, Cosmic, and Fern. Honestly, this video is self-explanatory, so yeah. Also, I'm going to spare you from watching the whole Obey PMV. So basically, it's just Fortune Teller being a tyrant, people worshipping her, fighting Hornet nearly to death, then coming back for the war, and getting brutally killed, and then humbled by Suka.
Gene, up here.
Jesus?
No, Gene, it's your father. I'm up here.
You're dead?
Yes.
Well, I mean, this video was a meme, but, yeah, it does explain some lore. Sunstone is dead.
I'll be God. I'll be God. I'll be God. I'll be God today.
Once again, this is self-explanatory.
You stood beside me when I was out of my mind. I broke the glass and you were there to sweep it aside. And if you leave me, rest assured it would kill me. I make a mess and you'll be there to help me undress. I'll be unclean, I'll be obscene, you'll be the rest. And if you leave me, rest assured it would kill me. Like an oleander, white of an oleander, white like of the oleander, white of an oleander, white like me.
So Skyline's boyfriend slash husband slash whatever he is, left her after finding out she was the heir to the throne, and he was rightfully mad because, Skyline didn't tell him that, and eventually she had to leave him to be the queen because, well, her mother had died. And eventually, after a couple years, it leads up to the war, and as you can see, Juniper has like a scratch across her eye, and you can see Skyline raising her claws, seemingly to land a final deadly blow to someone. Who that may be, you can decide.
You guys think we'll always be together like this?
I sure hope so.
Huh? Where did that come from?
Well, you know, just thinking out loud.
Well, I doubt we could be together forever. Isn't that what growing up's all about? What's important isn't how often we see each other, but how often we think about each other. Right?
Yeah, so this one doesn't take much explaining, but Juniper, Tiger Shark, and Skyline used to be pretty close friends, and they'd hang out sometimes, you know, but obviously, it can't last forever.
Don't ever hit one of my kids again.
Your kids are mine.
Never again.
This interaction probably won't be canon, so you could entirely disregard this video if you really wanted to, but I guess you could see it as Vengeance defending Hornet, if you want. Finally, we have another big lore drop. So yeah, it basically shows, like, that after the war, everything's wrapped up. Reaper, the god of death, tells Amber they only have 1 month before something happens. I won't tell you guys what that is, but you can figure it out. And, the world of the ruins of a fallen universe, Cosmic is threatening, and God knows what he's gonna do. Alright, so what did we learn here? Hornet loves pasta. Skyline was murdered by one of her children. Saber is unemployed and never has been employed in his life. Saber is stupid, and Amber is stupid too. Astro got convicted of first-degree murder, and I forget the other one. Oh yeah, Amber loves bread, because Amber is me, and bread is life, so yeah. Died by fire. Wildfire spirited apart. Aurora Borealis got one of their heads ripped off. Vengeance got mauled to death by sharks. And Agnes was poisoned. Saber turned infected. Iris got his throat slit. Skyfire froze to death. Honeydew got her eyes gouged out and then her insides eaten. Norite was also turned infected. Sparrow starved to death. Gold pulled the Queen's Scarlet. Fortune Teller got karma for her actions. And I never actually died. Wildfire's mother got stabbed through the chest with a tail barb. Astro got her face melted off. Actually, her whole body melted. It was a radioactive thing.
As you look straight ahead, you spot the glowing eyes of a monster. That same one that killed your family, that murdered your friends. Its eyes are full of hate and malice. So was it remorse? You should really stop looking at that damn mirror.
Yeah, so, Saber killed all of his friends and family when he became an infected. And, yeah. And now he's haunted by Iris's spirit, basically, so that's cool. Hornet and Sparrow used to be friends, and they were both prisoners there. Then Sparrow died of starvation, so yeah. I really can't share anything about this one because it's like a really big lore drop and I do not want to share that yet. So yeah, you guys will find out someday. So honestly, not much happens in here. Atlantic gets impaled through like the spine, the torso, with a stalactite. And Cosmic just looms over the Dragon City, and Tundra gets impaled by several ice spikes. So yeah.
You've suffered.
I have!
The most?
The most!
Really? More than, say, Sarah Lynn?
Don't talk to me about Sarah Lynn.
No, I want to know how you're the victim of the Sarah Lynn story.
Suka has, to say the least, had a big role in Tundra's life. Not necessarily a good role, but definitely one. And let's say that just does not make Tundra's cousin, Stargazer, very happy. So I was about to say so yeah again. I've said that so many times, Jesus. So again, Washing Machine Heart, it's a pretty long map. Not that long, but it's 2 minutes, and I'm sure you guys just want to know the lore. So basically, in summary, it's just explaining the abusive relationship that Sparrow was stuck in with Blue Jay, and how Blue Jay had done this to others in the past. The other one she's done it to being Snowstorm. And eventually, out of pure spite, she just ended up sending a letter to Queen Fortune Teller and getting Sparrow, like, imprisoned, because the Windwing Kingdom, Queen Fortune Teller only cares about who's wealthy or who's poor, not, like, the judicial system or court or any of that. She just wants to get it over with. Yeah. And then he ends up starving to death there. Wildfire ended up dying much before Astro, and he couldn't watch over her or anything, so after time he ended up forgetting what she even looked like, and it was just meant to kind of show his grief. So this is more taken into like a literal sense where you can't remember their face.
Love at first sight, hospitalized. That was the day you changed my life. 5 little fingers wrapped around mine. That's when I knew that I would love you to the day that I die. Take care of you till you walk down that aisle. You'll see the beautiful woman you become, but I'll see my little girl.
So, Hornet's mother certainly wasn't perfect, and she played favorites, definitely. But she also did care for her children. And she would protect Hornet. Up until when Hornet found her dead because Queen Fortune Teller massacred the whole family, which, by the way, there were a lot of them. The last video I wanted to go over was just the now we're stuck at the Sunday brunch song thing, the cult song. Yeah, it basically just explains how she was imprisoned by Queen Fortune Teller, her family died. Her parrot was killed, yes, she had a parrot. Wildfire did too. And how her best friend is kind of worshipped, but we don't talk about that. I could include the episodes, but the only episode that actually has any lore is episode 4 of the flower infection, where it just explains, like, the orb, it was cracked, it contained the flower infection, and now it's broken, the war has broken out, all that stuff. You can watch it, it's pretty short. But there's one more thing I did want to share. The end is nearing. A destruction brought upon ourselves. For how the story is told, no one can tell. Goddess of nature, power so divine, the only ability to bend it will come from the mind. God of fate, futures undenied, will find himself pacing a path tread too many times. Lord of the stars, rule unmatched, will gaze upon a ruined universe of that he brought forth. A force so great it beats the cosmos line will bring itself to a selfish pride. A pride so great it will meet rebirth of the stars, the nature, and the fate of Earth. That was certainly one way for me to end a video. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll probably be making more long-form videos because, like I said, gotta make that money on YouTube at some point. So, bye!